Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to the video. This is going to be a recap of the February 22nd match that I shot from the ORPS event, similar to NRL22. This was my second match and I had a lot of fun. Better weather today, it wasn't snowing, and the winds were fairly calm, although gusting a little bit. The CZ457 is still shooting great, of course, and I also shot a little bit better today, which I'm happy with. I almost managed to clean a stage, which you'll see in the footage, but I ended up getting 9 out of 10 hits, so still really happy with that. The turnout today was also really good. I think there was a little bit over 20 people, and it was just a blast. So hopefully you guys enjoy the footage. I will try and keep this introduction a little bit shorter. So the first stage here was titled Stacking Tires. There's a target 3 inches at 50 yards and another target 1.5 inches at 100 yards. You engage T1 and then T2 once for each position, starting from prone and then on top of each tire as you stack them throughout the stage. It was a lot of fun. I really like stages that are a little bit more dynamic like this. It's a really good way to test your positional shooting ability.
Seconds. 15. 10 now. Send it. Time. Alright, I'm loading. Show forward. Tom? Where? You hit that post about an inch low. 3, 2, 1, engage!
Is this your first time?
Okay. I hear CRP,
Oh, okay, so very safe. Yeah. Very nice.
Ready? Yep. Fast. 15 seconds. Impact.
Time. Ah, sorry. It's okay.
Stand by. Engage. Impact. 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 Impact is target. Impact. Impact. Impact.
1 minute, man. Okay.
Position. 1 minute. Impact. That was on the post.
Ah, darn it. Got excited.
Still doing good.
Time? Yeah, 30 seconds.
Impact. Impact. Push target. Impact.
15 seconds. Time.
Time.
I
Unload
counted
clear.
5.
Yep. Still a good score. Impact. Impact.
Sorry, what was my hit?
Impact.
And 120.
Impact. Impact.
That's,
Impact to target.
yeah.
Impact.
1 minute.
Impact. Impact. Take position. 1 minute. Impact. Impact.
30 seconds.
Impact. Impact. Take the target. Impact. Impact.
15 seconds.
Impact. 140.
Stage 2 was a prone self-supported KYL stage. You were allowed to use a sling, but I realized a little bit too late that I've never actually practiced using a sling while prone. So I had the sling on my rifle, and within like 5 seconds, I gave up trying to use it because I just didn't know how.
Oh yeah, those are kind of small.
A little bit smaller than I was hoping for.
So that's definitely something I have to look into in the future. It was hit to advance, and there was 4 targets all at 50 yards. Any misses, you have to start over, and if you do manage to go all the way to T4, you can hit T4 consecutively for more points. I didn't even manage to get past T1, and I actually finished the stage with 0 points because I missed T1 again when I tried to go back.
position. Oh, back you bolt open.
Yep.
Yep. 30 seconds left. Good. Impact.
Well, that's their time.
50 seconds left.
You dialed. Make sure you dialed.
So lift your bolt. Don't pull it back, just lift it. Good. Transition to the small bucket.
Okay, one more round. 15 seconds.
Is that 8?
2 left.
Okay.
Yep. So there's a lot more thing happening on this one, right?
I'm done.
Okay.
No way that's happening.
Fine. Okay, I'm going to say quit.
Yep.
Engage.
Stage 3 here was also something a little bit new to me. This was strong side, weak side ladder work. So you shot 6 shots with your weak side and then 6 shots with your strong side. For each side, you would shoot the first 3 at T1, which is a 5-inch target at 50 yards, and then another 3 shots at T2, which was a 2.5-inch target at 100 yards. So it was a 12 round count stage. So I got to use my Anarchy Outdoors round extension for the CZ magazines, which worked really nicely, so I didn't have to do a reload like most of the other shooters. I actually did better than I thought I would because I don't shoot my support side very often at all. I do here and there just for fun, but I think that's another thing I definitely have to practice a little bit more.
$50? 1 minute, yes. Okay.
Impact. 5 shots, full target, 5 shots. Impact. Impact.
Where's the
So killer's right here, this one right there. Do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I think we go in the
good? We're good to go. Dude, do you understand the course of fire? I do. Computer insert magazine, make ready.
Impact.
Okay, I'm going to show quit.
Computer ready.
Okay, stand by. Engage.
Impact. Hit. Impact. Hit. Impact. Hit. Impact.
Which one is it? The big one?
Yeah.
Hit.
Yeah, you on that one.
Hey, well done. Impact. Impact. Impact.
Woohoo!
There you go.
1 minute.
Impact. 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 Impact.
Shooter, do you understand the course of fire? I do. Shooter insert magazine, make ready.
30 seconds.
Water ready? Shooter ready. Shooter is ready.
No good.
Engage.
Unload and throw clear. Oh, so close. 11.
Stand by.
Stage 4 was off a chair. There's 2 targets, T1 3 inches at 50 yards, T2 is 1.5 inches at 100 yards. You would first engage T1 with 2 rounds from the top of the chair, which is facing sideways. Then you would go prone underneath the chair and engage T2 with 2 rounds. And then you would put your rifle on the seat of the chair and engage T1 with 3 rounds and then T2 with 3 rounds.
Keep it going. Wait on for now?
Yeah, for now.
Wimp, man. You're like half a target.
Where's the
to
target?
right of it.
Okay, I got it.
Oh yeah?
Every single round.
That's true, yeah. Makes sense. Okay, alright, thank you. Just get comfortable. I don't know, it's hard. 50 yards like the little KYL is really hard.
Small targets.
How much does it weigh?
You're good. Yeah, sorry.
You have a minute left.
Okay.
Understand course fire?
Impact.
I can make it ready.
Impact.
Spotter?
Yeah.
Shooter?
Impact.
And engage.
So now he's out to 100.
Okay.
Like it's all around the swirl.
15 seconds. La dernière? Oh, la dernière. Ouais. C'est 2 pouces avec un pouce. Impact!
Yeah.
Ah, c'est 1 pouce à droite.
This one is half.
Good position.
As well.
Impact.
Engage.
Never heard an impact call. Here's one.
3.
That's hard, man.
It's a little bit confusing too.
I think you were just under on the last third started there, dude.
The last one, yeah.
Just.
Impact.
Are you still up? Yeah, I'm there. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Take a additional minute or so there.
Impact.
Take a minute to mentally prepare yourself. This is first one. I'm not going for 4. I'm just going for learning.
Small and
How it all operates. And
Alright, is that everybody from ours? One more.
Yeah, that last one.
Shooter understands course of fire.
I heard him call it back and I saw him mark.
Oh,
I thought maybe he
Jesus.
picked up
1 point.
Every round you shot was a half. Going down the ground.
You got 3, eh, Paul?
on this next one. Yeah, it's not
The one you hit? Impact.
Spotters ready?
All right. Ash, you understand the course of fire?
50 seconds.
Engage.
Shooter, insert magazine, and we'll change flag.
Can I walk, like, give him a hit?
Yeah, by all means. You can walk him in all you want.
Third one, 1, 2, 3.
You're shooting at the 50 yard.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. The fourth one from the left.
Okay.
Impact. That one, I think.
Yep.
Spotter ready?
Spotter ready?
Shooter ready?
Impact. Impact.
Engage.
15 seconds.
Impact.
Okay, now the 100 to your left.
Impact.
I like it.
What action is that? Time.
It takes a little bit of creativity.
7. Done.
Stand by. Engage.
Just under.
I've got a couple of little battery banks, so we should be okay.
Off right edge, 1 target.
About halfway through.
Off right edge.
Pretty good.
Time.
Take it anyway. I got no dope, I got no nothing.
Impact.
Small one, so we're up to the next one. So Paul, you're up first. And then it's going to be me, and then Nick will make sure you last. No, yep, make sure you last. Go here. take over on this?
Yep.
And then you get your first score in the fall. You're going to start scoring in there. 1 for hits, 0 for
I'm
0.
just going to play that up here.
Right?
What's our target on this one?
The baby one right
We'll have a
in front
minute
of us,
left.
and then a big circle.
Oh,
50 and
back to the we're starting.
Yeah, back to 50.
Yeah.
no. So the farthest
Shooter willing
farthest
T1
right is the
until it hits
180.
T1.
The one just in of it. See, there's the far right.
So the far right, yeah, the one just in of it. Impact.
Just in of it from the last one.
Yeah. So with the 3 targets you have there, with 1 finger, right? You have a circle.
Impact.
That's your T1.
That's T1.
You gotta hit that until you hit that. You come back and you shoot a small one right in front of us. But once you hit that, but you cannot move until you make a hit.
And you start on the 160.
Yeah, no, I'll take 2 rounds out. 5 and 25, and then 5 and
10 rounds, yeah.
10 seconds.
160 and then you have to hit.
Time.
impact. So I was low.
Perfect time. We like to be dramatic. Shooter ready? Shooter ready. Stand by.
Make sure you
Engage.
turn that.
Yes, yeah.
What do you adjust for? What? How many mil you bring there?
I got 3.5 on.
That's too much.
No, it isn't.
Impact. Yeah.
Anything else, Nick?
Yeah.
Oh, 2? Seems to be.
You can tell OCAP. We'll provide the snow gear.
Yeah, he's lucky I didn't. He says it's cold, it's like 5 degrees. Okay. That didn't really matter. Testing by look what he's doing.
Yeah, somewhat.
Almost 5 degrees here, too. Yeah, that's true. Fair enough.
Ready up, flag out.
Spotter's ready.
Impact.
So I didn't have to reach in case it was
Impact.
Oh, you mean on the chair seat? Oh, it was good. I really liked it. I could have done that for my first shot. What'd you do?
You have
I put him really close.
50 seconds.
I got the rail. Yeah, exactly.
Shooter ready? Ready. Engage.
I've never experienced it before, but my heart makes my medical go up and down when I drink it.
When you add a little bit of stress,
Yeah,
exactly. The positions are already unstable, so you need, each component has to be as stable as it can
Impact.
possibly be.
Impact.
With the light of the sun, the field looks
Impact.
Stop.
Stage 5 here was called Flip Flop Barrel, and this was the one where I almost cleaned, but I managed to get 9 hits out of 10, which I'm really happy about. There are 2 targets, T1 2 inches at 50 yards, and T2 was a 4-inch target at 100 yards. You would start with the barrel lying down and shoot off it at T1 for 5 shots, and then put your rifle down, put the barrel upright, and then shoot off the top of that at T2 for your last 5 rounds. The one shot I missed was actually the easier shot at 50 yards.
What size target is that supposed to be? The one with the yellow paper on you.
Impact.
Orange.
Leading to the left.
Okay, thank you.
Impact. Impact. Impact.
Change target.
Thank you.
Impact. Time?
40 seconds.
Impact.
Good job. Zach.
Thank you.
I thought the bonus stages for this this course of fire was a lot of fun, and Thomas did a really good job in creating them. The first one I didn't get any video footage for, but here's the second one called Sawhorse Sling. You were just shooting off the sling that is wrapped around the sawhorse, and T1 is a 5-inch plate at 160 yards, and T2 is a 2-inch round plate at 50 yards. You essentially started at T1 and then transitioned to T2 and just kept going back and forth for all 10 rounds, but you did have to hit to advance. This one was a really good practice for both adjusting your parallax and whether or not you were going to dial for each shot. Since you were going back and forth so many times, most people decided to use holdovers, I believe.
Just missing the edge. What more wind? Impact. Let's try to switch it up. Okay. I like that.
We used to not do 550, 75, 100. But what happened is the impact clubs have rims at regular interval, so it made it more acceptable. But then it makes your dope so easy.
Okay. Impact.
Yeah, once I get past 100, even 5 years make quite a bit of difference.
Impact.
It's super cool that we have 200 to play with here.
Oh yeah.
Impact. Impact.
Actually tracking pretty well on that one too. Behind, but stuck an hour.
15 seconds. 2, 1,
Yeah.
engage. Yeah, that would be I might try it for this one. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, this is the first bag I got, and it's
Yeah.
by far the least used one.
Oh yeah. Well, I think for PRS you use them.
I
Rarely.
very rarely, like ever since I went to the game thing,
Yeah.
and like most guys, they're running some kind of barricade bag and a small rear bag for the occasional dedicated probe. But people really use both maxes is just occasional. Or the,
About an inch high.
what's it called?
Right in the middle.
The other variant. Yeah, the other ones.
Is that the right target?
Nope. You must hit to advance.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Shoot. Ready? Who wrote those rules?
Probably Rick. Oh, it is hit to advance. Just off the right edge. Impact. Impact.
It's right where you need to be.
Impact.
Impact. Impact.
Was that an impact?
I didn't see it. Maybe. I heard it.
Okay.
We'll count it. Impact. That's just because he's the organizer? Are they supposed to transition after the first pitch? You should hit and move. Are you doing that? Impact.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't see. Just to the left.
Impact. Impact.
Well, I guess that's all my rounds.
Hello, so clear.
And the last stage I shot that day was called IKEA, which is a really fun stage. This one here has two targets. T1 is a 1-inch plate at 25 yards, and T2 was a third IPSC silhouette target at 180 yards. On the go command, you actually had to build your own barricade to shoot off of in order to clear the barrier in front of you without touching the barrier, and there was just a bunch of random stuff on the side you could use. A lot of people started to use the same method after they saw one method that worked really well, but you'll see Thomas, who created the match, actually used a little bit of a different setup, which I thought was really interesting. You would engage T1, the 1-inch plate, 5 rounds, and then T2 at 180 yards with the remaining 5.
That was
Impact.
yeah.
Actually, I got one more.
No, transition.
And when we ran a CRPS in Clarence,
Yeah, I was there.
that was in August, but
Impact.
and I think it was one of the first ones too.
Impact.
Was that a hit? Nope.
Which targets should have
Yeah. Well, even these targets here, they've been modified, re-modified, changed.
Yeah, because we're
Just off the right edge.
that one's enough. So that's different.
Yeah.
Impact. Good hit.
15 seconds.
Yeah.
Impact. Dead center. Impact. That's 5.
Yeah, straight down there.
And by 3, 2, 1, engage.
Now, he said he's going to do something different.
Oh wow. He was practicing with stuff at home.
If I break it, I own it, right?
I wonder if there's a weight capacity for it.
Interesting.
Fire ready?
Yeah.
Shooters ready?
Get this on film. Don't shoot.
Let's see. Am I going to shoot my barricade?
No, you just over.
Clear. You're good.
Let me move back.
Yeah, that's yeah. Do that.
Safer, yeah.
Okay, we're good now.
We can stop thinking. Impact.
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 Impact. Impact. Impact.
Transition.
That's
Impact.
Yeah.
I'll post that to the CRPS group. Impact.
Impact.
High and left.
30 seconds.
Impact.
One.
Impact.
And that's it, gentlemen. Thanks for the amazing day. Good squad. Impact.
I'm not sure if I've got one in there.
Nope, you're 10.
Yeah. Engage it.
Nice.
Woo!
Job.
Done.
We can shoot
Engage. One, engage.
Yeah. So it's 2 short arm targets. The 2 short, little one over to the middle. It's not the target. Actually, 2 short. 2 lines on the stage. Is that right? Third target is the third one from the left. Third one from the left. Yeah. No, kind of just that. Yeah.
In this innovation here.
I thought of your position. Chair target. I wasn't sure. It's bar target. 3 shots. Bar target. 3 shots. Bar target off the seat. Chair.
Impact. Impact.
Yeah.
50.
Impact.
Transition.
No.
No.
50, 50. 100, 100. 50, 50, 50.
45 seconds left.
When is your time? You guys can watch me screw it up. Even though what's going on.
Someone want to do
Come left.
Yeah, I'm alright. Do you understand the course of fire?
Impact.
So. As much as anybody else.
Yeah. Alright, so sight magazine.
Left a bit more.
Jeb.
Seconds.
Okay. Spots are ready.
Impact.
Ready. Okay. Shoot to the ready.
We're on shore, right?
Yeah, I'm running.
How much time does
Ready?
Shooter ready. Stand by. 3, 2, 1, engage.
Engage. Like, okay, I'm just gonna walk away. Come back in a second. He's gonna stop.
Impact. Impact. Impact.
Impact.
Impact.
Impact.
How much time do I actually have remaining?
Impact.
Yeah.
Impact.
Jammed a couple times.
Take 5. Right, that's 5.
I think so. You have a minute left.
Not seen. Come left, full width of target. Hand down a little. Left a little more.
15 seconds.
Elevation is good. Left a little more.